Shophetim, Judges, chapter 10. And after Abimelech there arose Tola, son of Puah, son of Dodo, a man of Yissaschar, to save Yisrael. And he dwelt in Shamir in the mountains of Ephraim. And he ruled Yisrael 23 years. Then he died and was buried in Shamir. And after him arose Yair, a Gileadite, and he ruled Yisrael 22 years. And he had 30 sons who rode on 30 donkeys, and they had 30 towns, which are called Chewoth Yair to this day, which are in the land of Gilead. And Yair died and was buried in Chemon. And the children of Yisrael again did evil in the eyes of Yahuah, and served the Baals and the Ashtoreths, and the mighty ones of Aram, and the mighty ones of Sidon, and the mighty ones of Moab, and the mighty ones of the children of Ammon, and the mighty ones of the Pelashites, and forsook Yahuah, and did not serve him. Therefore the displeasure of Yahuah burned against Yisrael, and he sold them into the hands of the Pelashites and into the hands of the children of Ammon. And they crushed and oppressed the children of Yisrael that year for 18 years. All the children of Yisrael who were beyond the Yarden in the land of the Amorites in Gilead. And the children of Ammon passed over the Yarden to fight against Yehudah, and against Benjamin, and against the house of Ephraim, so that Yisrael had great distress. And the children of Yisrael cried out to Yahuah, saying, We have sinned against you, because we have both forsaken our Elohim and served the Baals. And Yahuah said to the children of Yisrael, Was it not from the Mitzrites, and from the Amorites, and from the children of Ammon, and from the Pelashites, and the Sidonians, and Amalek, and Maon, when they oppressed you, and you cried out to me, and I saved you from their hand? But you have forsaken me, and served other mighty ones. Therefore I do not save you again. Go and cry out to the mighty ones which you have chosen. Let them save you in your time of distress. And the children of Yisrael said to Yahuah, We have sinned. Do to us whatever is good in your eyes. Only deliver us today, please. So they put away the foreign mighty ones from their midst and served Yahuah. And his being was grieved with the trouble of Yisrael. Then the children of Ammon were called together and encamped in Gilead. And the children of Yisrael gathered together and encamped in Mizpah. And the people, the heads of Gilead, said to each other, Let the man who is the first to fight against the children of Ammon be head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. Shophetim, Judges, chapter 11. And Yiphtah the Gileadite was a mighty brave one, but he was the son of a whore. And Gilead brought forth Yiphtah. And the wife of Gilead bore sons, and when his wives' sons grew up, they drove Yiphtah out, and said to him, You shall not have an inheritance in the house of our father, for you are the son of another woman. And Yiphtah fled from his brothers and dwelt in the land of Tov. And worthless men banded together with Yiphtah and went out with him. And it came to be some time later that the children of Ammon fought against Yisrael. And it came to be when the children of Ammon fought against Yisrael that the elders of Gilead went to bring Yiphtah out of the land of Tob. And they said to Yiphtah, Come, and you shall be our commander, and let us fight against the children of Ammon. But Yiphtah said to the elders of Gilead, Did you not hate me and drive me from my father's house? Why have you come to me now when you are in trouble? And the elders of Gilead said to Yiphtah, That is the reason we have turned to you, that you shall go with us and fight against the children of Ammon, and be our head over all the inhabitants of Gilead. And Yiphtah said to the elders of Gilead, if you take me back home to fight against the children of Ammon, and Yahuah gives them to me, am I to be your head? And the elders of Gilead said to Yiphtah, Yahuah is witness between us if we do not do according to your words. Then Yiphtah went with the elders of Gilead, and the people put him over them as head and commander. And Yiphtah spoke all his words before Yahuah in Mizpah. And Yiphtah sent messengers to the sovereign of the children of Ammon, saying, What is between you and me that you have come to fight against me in my land? And the sovereign of the children of Ammon said to the messengers of Yiphtah, Because Yisrael took my land when they came up out of Mitzrayim, from the Arnon as far as the Yabok and to the Yarden, and now give back those lands in peace. But Yiphtah again sent messengers to the sovereign of the children of Ammon, and said to him, This is what Yiphtah said. Yisrael did not take the land of Moab, nor the land of the children of Ammon. For when they came up from Mitzrayim, and Yisrael walked through the wilderness as far as the Sea of Reeds, and came to Kadesh, then Yisrael sent messengers to the sovereign of Edom, saying, Please let me pass over through your land. But the sovereign of Edom would not listen. And they also sent to the sovereign of Moab, but he refused, so Yisrael stayed at Kadesh. Then they went through the wilderness and around the land of Edom and the land of Moab, and came to the east side of the land of Moab, and encamped beyond Arnon. But they did not enter the border of Moab, for Arnon was the border of Moab. And Yisrael sent messengers to Sihon, sovereign of the Amorites, sovereign of Heshbon. And Yisrael said to him, Please let us pass over through your land into our place. But Sihon did not trust Yisrael to pass over through his border, and Sihon gathered all his people together, and they encamped in Yahaz, and fought against Yisrael. And Yahuah, Elohim of Yisrael, gave Sihon and all his people into the hand of Yisrael, and they smote them. So Yisrael took possession of all the land of the Amorites, the inhabitants of that land. Thus they took possession of all the border of the Amorites, from Arnon to Yabok, and from the wilderness to the Yarden. And now Yahuah, Elohim of Yisrael, has driven out the Amorites from before his people Yisrael. Should you then possess it? Whatever Chemosh, your mighty one, gives you to possess, do you not possess it? And all that which Yahuah, our Elohim, takes possession of before us, we possess. And now, are you any better than Balak, son of Zippor, sovereign of Moab? Did he ever strive against Yisrael? Did he ever fight against them? While Yisrael dwelt in Heshbon and its villages, and in Aror and its villages, and in all the cities along the banks of Arnon, for 300 years, why did you not recover them within that time? So I have not sinned against you, but you are doing me evil by fighting against me. Let Yahuah, the judge today between the children of Yisrael and the children of Ammon. But the sovereign of the children of Ammon did not listen to the words which Yiphtah sent him. And the Ruah of Yahuah came upon Yiphtah, and he passed through Gilead and Manasseh, and passed through Mizpeh of Gilead, and from Mizpeh of Gilead he passed on toward the children of Ammon. And Yiphtah made a vow to Yahuah, and said, If you give the children of Ammon into my hands, then it shall be that whatever comes out of the doors of my house to meet me when I return in peace from the children of Ammon shall belong to Yahuah, and I shall offer it up as a burnt offering. Yiphtah then passed on toward the children of Ammon to fight against them, and Yahuah gave them into his hands. And he smote them from Aror as far as Menith, 20 cities, and to Avel Keramim with a very great smiting. Thus the children of Ammon were humbled before the children of Yisrael. And Yiphtah came to his house at Mizpah, and saw his daughter coming out to meet him with timbrels and dancing. Now except for her he had neither son nor daughter. And it came to be when he saw her that he tore his garments and said, "Oh, my daughter, you have brought me very low, and you are among those who trouble me. And I have given my word to Yahuah, and I am unable to turn back." And she said to him, "My father, if you have given your word to Yahuah, do to me according to what has gone out of your mouth, because Yahuah has taken vengeance for you upon your enemies, the children of Ammon." And she said to her father, "Let this be done for me. Let me alone for 2 months, and let me go and wander on the mountains and bewail my maidenhood, my friends and I." Then he said, "Go." And he sent her away for 2 months, and she went with her friends and bewailed her maidenhood on the mountains. And it came to be at the end of 2 months that she returned to her father, and he did to her as he had vowed, and she knew no man. And it came to be a law in Yisrael that the daughters of Yisrael went every year for 4 days to lament the daughter of Yiphtah the Gileadite. Shophetim, Judges chapter 12. And the men of Ephraim gathered together and passed over toward Zephon, and said to Yiphtah, "Why did you pass over to fight against the children of Ammon, and did not call us to go with you? We are going to burn your house over you with fire." And Yiphtah said to them, "My people and I were in a great struggle with the children of Ammon, and when I called you, you did not save me out of their hands. And when I saw that you would not save me, then I took my life in my hands and went over against the children of Ammon, and Yahuah gave them into my hand. And why have you come up to me today to fight against me?" Yiphtah then gathered together all the men of Gilead and fought against Ephraim. And the men of Gilead smote Ephraim, because they had said, "You Gileadites are fugitives of Ephraim, in the midst of Ephraim, in the midst of Manasseh." And Gilead captured the fords of the Yarden that faced Ephraim. And it came to be when the fugitives from Ephraim said, "Let me pass over," the men of Gilead said to him, "You are an Ephraimite." If he said, "No," then they would say to him, "Please say Shibboleth." And he would say, "Sibboleth," for he was unable to pronounce it right. Then they seized him and slew him at the fords of the Yarden. And at that time there fell 42,000 Ephraimites. And Yiphtah ruled Yisrael 6 years. And Yiphtah the Gileadite died and was buried in one of the cities of Gilead. And after him Ibtsan of Bethlehem ruled Yisrael. And he came to have 30 sons and 30 daughters. He sent abroad and brought in 30 daughters for his sons. And he ruled Yisrael 7 years. And Ibtsan died and was buried at Bethlehem. And after him Eylon the Zebulunite ruled Yisrael. And he ruled Yisrael 10 years. And Eylon the Zebulunite died and was buried at Eylon in the land of Zebulun. And after him Abdon, son of Hallel the Pirathonite, ruled Yisrael. And he had 40 sons and 30 grandsons, who rode on 70 young donkeys. And he ruled Yisrael 8 years. And Abdon, son of Hallel the Pirathonite, died and was buried in Pirathon in the land of Ephraim, in the mountains of the Amalekites.